Hey guys, welcome back. So this is the fourth video in this Colt starting series, and this horse has about 30 rides on him now. So what I want to do is show you what a typical training session looks like at this stage, as well as show you some of my favorite exercises that I want to teach all my horses within this time frame. Let's get started. So I would have liked to shoot a few videos kind of at an intermediate stage between now and the first ride. If you guys watched our last video, that was the first ride we put on this horse. And now, like I said, he's had about 30 rides on him. But we do have other videos that cover those rides in between there and kind of show you how we start getting these horses moved out and getting started on these exercises. One of the first things that I really like to do, especially on a horse like this, because like we talked about, he's so stiff in the face and really didn't want to give me that chin. He likes to take hold of the bit and just kind of lean against any pressure that's applied to him. So the first exercise I like to do is start this bending exercise and just get that rib cage softened up like we do on the ground. I want to bring him up to a try here so we have a little more impulsion, and just gently take hold of that chin there. Use my leg, inside leg on that rib cage, and just gently bump until I feel that horse soften and give me his chin a little bit. And I don't really care how he does it. You see his nose kind of came up there, but he also gave to the pressure of that rein. So I do that a lot, and I want to teach the horse that when I lay or bump that inside leg there, I want him to give me the chin and soften up. And another thing that this exercise is really useful for is once the horse learns how to soften that rib cage, when you apply pressure with the leg, that really helps us walk into the next stage when we start working on a little bit of collection and asking the horse to soften through his rib cage and give his chin. So if he has that basic idea and you work on both sides, step him up here again, and he learns how to give to that rein, soften up when I bump with that inside leg. I'm waiting for it here, waiting for it. There it was. You guys missed it there. All right, wait for it, there it was. Good. And I'll just keep doing this pretty repetitively until that horse really softens up. And in the beginning stages, I just wait for a quarter circle or so, and then a half circle, and then a whole circle. And he's not at the stage yet where he just carries himself really soft and pretty on a circle all the way around, but he's getting there. So like I said, that's one of the first exercises that I'll start working on. And obviously I don't want to work on any of these too early, so second or third ride I won't be working on stuff like this because I just want to get that horse's feet moving. And this horse had a difficult problem with going forward. He really did not want to move out, and had to spend a lot of time kind of jazzing him up a little bit to get him moving out and moving freely. And then he was a little wired in the intermediate stage between now and then, and I had to go back and calm him down. So you are going to deal with a little bit of that sometimes on these really lazy horses, because the first thing you want to do is get some impulsion in those feet, get them moving out. When I say go, I mean go, okay? If you don't have impulsion in the feet, you can't get any of these other exercises done. So get your horses moving out, get them moving freely, and then start working on these other maneuvers. All right, so we're going to go to left here. Looks much better to the left. Much prettier. There we go. You can see his neck is quite a bit lower already there, and he softens much better in the chin. He's carrying himself on a really nice arc almost all the way around. I still find a little bit of resistance here and there, but it's not as consistent as on the right side where he wants to push on the bit all the time. Excellent. Good job. So the next exercise that I want to teach them is more shoulder control here. And I want to be able to lay that outside rein and push that shoulder across. And you can see I'm just setting them up, bumping with my outside leg, and waiting till they step across. So this is our foundation for neck reining. It's a foundation for the turns, the spins, anything else we want to do, control on the circles. This plays into all of that. So I'm just going to set him up, bump with my outside leg, wait till he steps over and release. I never pull hard. I never wrestle with my horses here. And you can see I'm gently bumping on that inside nose there because he's wanting to tip his nose to the outside, and I'm saying, hey, that's not what I'm asking for here. I want you to stay soft to the inside. Okay, so I'll set him up here again. Outside rein, outside leg, bump till he steps over, and just calmly release. I see a lot of people when they go into this exercise, they want to drag the horse across there. And these steps are going to be so small in the beginning. All you're waiting for, so like I talked about before, we got our bend. All you're waiting for is to feel that bend go away, feel the whole horse straighten out, drive through himself, and step over and swing like a gate. So the steps are going to be really, really small. They're going to be really subtle, and you want to catch that when they happen. Catch it and release it. There we go. Very nice. There we go. And as our horses get more and more advanced, I won't have to bring my hand out here so much to guide him across, but we always say we exaggerate to teach, okay? And as time goes on, those little steps are going to build into tighter and tighter steps, and eventually we'll start getting a little bit of a turn. There we go. Good job. And I'm going to walk out right there before I lose momentum, okay? That's another thing you don't want to do, is to, as you begin to get that turnaround a little bit, put that horse on a turn and then want him to turn and turn and turn. You want to get maybe 2 or 3 good steps where the horse has impulsion and he's willing and he's calm, and then walk out, okay? It has to be your decision to go in and out of that turn. If you leave it up to him, he's going to quit you because he doesn't feel like he can make you happy, and then you're going to have to struggle with actually getting him motivated to the turn again. So we want the horse to stay motivated in those turns and understand what we want. There, he started to lose momentum there, so I bumped him a little bit with my outside leg. There, good job. Do it one more time. Just wanted to step out of it a little bit there. There. So we've got a little bit of shoulder control, okay? It's very, very green stages. I'll take him back to the right here. Show you how it looks to the right. Set him up. Step him through. Good. What I don't want to see, this is a huge problem a lot of people have, so they want to draw this rein way across the neck here. If you're drawing this outside rein way across the neck and it's crossing over here, you're going to turn your horses inside out, okay? So just set them up gently, shorten your reins if you have to. I don't want this rein crossing over the neck. Lean it against the neck, guide with the inside rein, okay? Lean it against the neck, guide with the inside rein, and push through with your leg. Good job. Step him out before he loses impulsion. Excellent. Let's do that one more time. Good job. Step him out before he loses impulsion. Good job. All right, and I can feel this horse getting a little stiff, so what I'm going to do is step him back up into the trot and just work on that bending exercise a little bit more. So anytime you feel the horse starting to really get quite a bit of resistance there, and there could be a lack of communication or a misunderstanding, just bring him back up to an exercise he does understand. Get that softness and confidence built back up, and then go back to your turning exercise or whatever exercise you were working on. Main thing I want my horses to do is to stay relaxed and confident. Good job. All right, gently slow him back down. Keep that momentum going though. There we go. And then just get like, all right, he just totally putzed out on me there, so I had to add a lot of energy with my leg. There, there, and walk out. Good job. I'll leave him alone there for the moment. Good job. So next exercise, along with the bending exercise that we have, like I told you, it builds into so many other maneuvers that we do. And the next one that I'm going to show you is the shoulder yield, okay? So if we can soften this horse's rib cage up with our leg here and gently take hold of that nose, and he gets really nice and soft, he knows how to release there without bulking up or pushing on the bit. The next thing we could do is take this rein over here and say, hey, I'd like you to step to the outside while making that same move, and step him over, and ta-da, you got a shoulder yield. Okay? Good boy. That's excellent. I'll do it again facing the camera. Set him up, bring the outside rein, guide him across, and we've got a little shoulder yield. That's very nice. Good boy. When you start working on the shoulder yield, and I just did a video covering this a little while back, so I'll put a link to that in the description. When you start working on that exercise, you do not want to try and muscle that horse across, okay? Again, don't let this inside rein cross the neck. There we go. We're just going to step them over there. And the steps are going to be really subtle in the beginning. I don't pay attention to what the face is doing. If the horse is kind of doing this on the reins, I don't worry about it. Focus on what the feet are doing. The face will go away as long as you don't start picking on it. One of my favorite sayings I like to tell people is that often if you make a big deal out of something, it'll turn into a big deal. And the reason I can tell you that with confidence is because I've made that mistake too many times myself in the past. When I started training horses, I would worry so much about what the face was doing along with the feet, and I would pick on too many things at once, and it just seemed like the problem either didn't go away or it got bigger, or just took really, really long to eliminate it. Where when I started learning to just kind of leave the face alone and worry about the things that really mattered, suddenly all those things kind of took care of themselves as the horse grew with understanding. So really focus on the feet instead of the face. All right, let's go to the left here, push him to the right. There we go, very nice, a little bit stiffer there. And if that horse runs off, like tries to run forward when you apply pressure, just gently draw him back, ask him to step over again and try it again. Very nice. So that shoulder yield to me is one of the most important exercises you can teach any horse, because it builds so much into our circles, into our spins, into just about every exercise you teach him. You want to have that really nice shoulder control, especially lead changes. It builds into so many things. So there's my first 3 exercises. I'm going to bring him up to a lope now and show you guys he's moving out. I like to work on some of those things that really mentally engage them before I move out and for the first time of the day. There we go. Once again, as long as he's going where I'm asking him to, I'll leave him alone. Try to just drop those reins down and leave him alone. I'm not going to worry about how fast he's going or what his face is doing. But if he pushes me to the outside of the circle, I'm going to gently pick up, just guide him across there, and then release again. Pick up, bring that shoulder across, and then release again. And if I pick up and that he kind of moves where I'm asking him to go, but the shoulder doesn't move, and then I'm going to either break him back down or get pretty aggressive with that outside leg there. I didn't ask him to slow down, so I'm going to get pretty aggressive on him there. There we go. He really needs to get to where he's listening. Do that outside leg better. There. All right, good job. Okay. Lope him off here. There we go. He's really struggled with the side. So just want to get him moved out, get him guiding around a little bit, and eventually keep going. I get after him quite a bit when he slows down, because it's been really a struggle to get this horse moving out and moving freely. So you can see he looks a little fast and a little strong, but I'm okay with that right now for where he's at and what I'm trying to get out of him. There we go. He's guiding around a lot better. Good job. We'll go ahead and slow him down. Good job. Good. Walk or stop, that's okay. And then often after I lope a horse like that, one who's a little bit emotional about the lope, a little fast, a little strong, then I'll bring him back down to that bending exercise just to help build their confidence a little bit more. Like I talked about, I always, if I am doing an exercise that really brings a horse's emotions up, I like to go back and do something that reassures them of what they're capable of, brings their confidence back up, gets them relaxed, and then I'll go back and work on something a little bit more difficult again. There we go. But we don't want to drill on something that causes that horse a lot of anxiety for long periods of time. Horse that's pretty dull, you want to ask, tell, okay? Never sit there. Like a sensitive horse, you might want to bump them a little bit more, ease them through things a little bit more, be a little softer on them because you want them to get dulled down. But on one like this, if you just kick and kick and kick and kick and kick, and then he finally responds whenever he feels like it, then you're just going to continually dull that horse down more and more to where he doesn't even listen to you. So, like I said, ask, tell. There we go. All right, he's nice and relaxed. I'm going to ask for that lope. Good job. All right, now just moving around calmly. We're gonna go ahead and guide him to the inside. Check on that shoulder control there, very nice. Go straight. Turn him again. There we go. Very good. So I'm really testing that response, seeing if that horse will lift its shoulders, swing across when I ask him to. There we go. Good job. And when I bring him back down, I don't like to come to a complete stop most of the time on these greener horses, because sometimes either they'll start coming down too hard and hitting on the front end, they won't stay elevated. But what I like to do is to bring them down to a walk and then soften their chin and step them out of it. I'll ask them to step around just a little bit. Good, that was way better than before. Step them out of it. Good job. So sometimes leaving an exercise and then coming back to it after doing a few other things can actually improve that exercise a lot. It can take the horse's mental focus off of it so he's not so intense on overthinking it, and also get those feet more fluid and moving out. Like you saw with that little turn there, that was much better than the one I did the first thing when we came out this morning. He's made a lot of improvement. There's things that I'd still really like to see improvement on, but I'm happy with where he's at. In the future, we're going to get him to where he's a lot more free in the lope. I want him to pick up that lope a lot faster. We're going to work on just a little bit more collection, but mainly because this horse is going to be a trail horse, we're going to start riding him around the ranch and get him really confident out in the fields, dragging stuff, crossing tarps, crossing bridges, ditches, going between fences and all that stuff. So that's his main goal, but we had to give him a good foundation in the arena before we started taking him out. We wanted to make sure we had some basic control, basic body control, and understanding between the two of us. And now that we do, that's probably going to be our next step. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'd be more than happy to help you guys in any way that I can. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.